The scope of a declaration is the portion of the program that can refer to the declared entity by its name. Such an entity is said to be in scope for that portion of the program. The basic scope rules are as follows. So we're gonna see 4 rules, and then we're gonna try an example. The first rule: the scope of a parameter declaration is the body of the method in which the declaration appears. 2. The scope of a local variable declaration is from the point at which the declaration appears at the end of the block. 3. The scope of a local variable declaration that appears in the initialization section of a for statement's header is the body of the for statement and the other expressions in the header. And finally, the number 4, a method or field's scope is the entire body of the class. This enables non-static methods of a class to use the fields and other methods of the class. So right now we're gonna create a new folder. We're gonna name it test, or whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna name it test, and pretty much we're gonna right click, open in terminal, and then code space that, so we can open it in Visual Studio Code. Okay, so now we're gonna have in the scope.java. Okay, scope.java. Close this one, close here. Scope class demonstrates field and local variable scope. So we are gonna have this public class scope, and it has to be uppercase letter S. We're gonna open curly braces, and here we're gonna have, this is the field. Okay, the field that is accessible to all methods of this class. Of field that is accessible to all methods of this class, and we are gonna name it private, and it's gonna be a static integer x, and it's gonna be like that. So the variable is gonna be x of type integer. Okay, it's gonna be static and it's private. So now we're gonna have the method main. So method main creates and initializes local variable x. Okay, method main creates and initializes local variable x. Okay, so now here we're gonna have method main creates and initializes the local variable x and calls methods using use local variable. Okay, and use field, and we're gonna see it right now. So we are gonna have in the public static void, and it's gonna be, let me see, okay, this one, the public static void main, and inside of the curly braces we are gonna have the integer, the variable x, and we are gonna set it to 5. Okay, so this is the method's local variable x shadows field x. So this is methods local variable x shadows field x. Now we're gonna have the system, this one, it has to be the system.out.print f, since it's a format, and the first argument is gonna be local x, and main is to the next line, and then x. So now we're gonna use local variables. It's gonna be local variable camel notation, and it's gonna be with parentheses. So this is use local variable has local x, okay, and yeah, semicolon at the end, that's fine. Now we're gonna have the use field parentheses, okay, use local variable. So use local variable parentheses. Let me see. The use field uses class scopes field x, and the use local variable, this one, the third one, use local variable reinitializes local x, and finally use field, okay. This one, class scopes field x retains its value, okay. So we are gonna go outside, inside, I mean, and we're gonna have the system.out.print format, and we're gonna have two arguments. The first argument to the next line is gonna be local x, and main is to the next line, and then just x, semicolon at the end, that's fine. Print, okay, has to be just print f, okay. So we go outside now. We go outside of the of main, and now we are gonna create and initialize local variable x during each call. So we are gonna have in the public static void use local variable, and here we're gonna have the integer x 25, so we are setting it to 25. Initialize each time use local variable is called. So here we're gonna have the system that out that print format. Inside of the first argument we are gonna have local x on entering method, okay, method use local variable. Let's close this one. Local variable is to the next line, okay, and the second argument is x. Below we're gonna have this one as well, the system that out that print format, and the first argument is gonna be local x before exiting method use local variable, okay, variable is, and to the next line, okay. Let me see, and this is the end of the method. So we are gonna go outside of this public right here, and we are gonna modify. So we're gonna modify, so modify class scopes field x during each call. So we are gonna have in the public static void, so it's gonna be use field like that, and we're gonna open curly braces, and we are gonna have the system that out of print format, and the first argument is gonna be to the next line field x on entering method use field, like that, is %sign lowercase to the next line. Okay, the second argument is x, and let me see. So now we're gonna have x asterisk equals sign 10. Okay, so this is modifies class scopes fields x, and now we're gonna have the system that's one, the system and that out that print format. And now we're gonna have field x before exiting method s. Let me see to the next line, and the second argument is gonna be just x. So let's save it, and okay, so lowercase letter x, use local variable. So let me see something. We have use local variable. Let me see if give us some. Okay, 13. Okay, yeah, use local variable. Okay, so something, yeah, I didn't type it right. Use local variables. So use local variable. Okay, here use use local variable, and I miss it. Here use local variable. So let me see. So here we still need the pre-increment, okay, x, and pretty much this is gonna modify. So it's gonna be modifies, okay, modifies this methods local variable x, and we can save it now. And let me see if this works. It has to be 26 here. Okay, let's do it again. Yeah, as you can see, we have local x in main is 5, then we have local x on entering method use local variable is 25, this one is 26, 1, 10, 25, 26, 10, 100, and 5. Okay, so field x on entering method use field is 1, field x before exiting method is 10, local x on entering method use local variable is 25, local x before exiting method use local variable is 26, field x on entering method use field is 10, field x before exiting method is 100, and finally local x in main is 5.